The twin suns of Viridian 3 were dipping below the jagged horizon, casting long shadows over the barren, rusty-red plains. A soft wind stirred the dust, whispering secrets of a land that had long forgotten peace. Among the skeletal ruins of an ancient civilization, a small figure moved cautiously, a little alien girl named Lyra. Lyra's skin shimmered faintly in the twilight, a pale violet hue that glowed softly in the fading light. Her large, luminous eyes darted nervously, reflecting a mixture of fear and hope. She was no more than 10 cycles old, a child in the terms of her kind, but already she bore the heavy burden of captivity. Since the brutal invasion of her homeworld by the Tekka, a ruthless warlike species, Lyra had been enslaved, taken from her family, separated from everything familiar. She was forced to serve as a laborer in the sprawling mining colonies scattered across the planet. Her small frame, once vibrant and free, was now bound by cruel chains, both physical and emotional. But tonight, something was about to change. Chapter 1. The Chains of Captivity. Lyra crouched low in the shadows of the mine entrance, her wrists still marked by the cold metal cuffs that clinked softly with every movement. The Tekka guard had left for their shift change, giving her a fleeting window of opportunity. Her heart pounded in her chest as she glanced around, then slipped quietly into the maze of tunnels carved deep beneath the surface. Her memories were vivid, though they often came as painful flashes. The day the Tekka raided her village, the screams, the firelight reflected in her mother's tear-streaked face. She had been too young to understand why, too young to fight back. Now, she was trapped in this underground hell, her spirit fading with every passing cycle. But Lyra was not one to surrender easily. Hidden deep in her mind was a secret, a faint hope that somewhere beyond the stars, a savior might come. Chapter 2. The Arrival. Far above the dusty red plains, a small spacecraft sliced silently through the atmosphere. Inside, a human named Marcus adjusted his flight chute, eyes scanning the planet below. Marcus was a member of the Earth Rescue Coalition, a group dedicated to rescuing enslaved beings across the galaxy. He had heard rumors of the Tekka's brutal enslavement on Viridian 3, and was determined to find survivors. His ship landed stealthily near the mining colony, and he disembarked, carrying a small arsenal of non-lethal weapons designed to subdue without harm. Marcus moved quickly but cautiously through the dark tunnels, following faint energy signals he had detected, signs of life trapped underground. Chapter 3. The Meeting. Lyra froze as she heard the faint echo of footsteps nearby. She pressed herself against the rough stone wall, heart hammering. But instead of the rough, guttural voices of the Tekka, she heard a calm, human voice. "Hey, I'm not here to hurt you," Marcus whispered gently. "My name's Marcus. I'm here to help." Lyra's large eyes widened in disbelief. She wanted to run, to hide, but something in his tone, something kind, made her stay. "Why? Why would you help me?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Because no one deserves to be enslaved. Because everyone deserves freedom." Slowly, Marcus extended a hand, and after a moment's hesitation, Lyra reached out. The cold metal cuffs still bound her wrists, but Marcus knelt down, pulling out a compact device from his pack. With a soft hum, the cuffs unlocked, dropping to the ground with a clatter. Lyra blinked, rubbing her wrists as tears of relief spilled down her cheeks. Chapter 4. The Escape. Together, they moved quickly, Marcus guiding Lyra through the twisting tunnels. They avoided patrols, ducked beneath security sensors, and relied on Marcus's knowledge of the colony's layout. Lyra's small hand gripped his tightly, finding strength in his steady presence. For the first time since her capture, she felt hope, but the Tekka were relentless. As they neared the surface, alarms blared. The guards had discovered the missing prisoner. "Run!" Marcus urged, pulling her toward the exit. A squad of Tekka warriors burst into the tunnel behind them, their harsh voices booming. "Stop them! The slave is escaping!" Marcus fired a pulse grenade that temporarily disabled the guards' exosuits, buying them precious seconds. They burst into the open air just as the twin suns vanished completely beneath the horizon. Chapter 5. The Chase. The desert was vast and unforgiving, but Marcus knew the terrain. He sprinted with Lyra at his side, her legs small but surprisingly fast. Behind them, the tech cab pursuers roared in frustration, their heavy footsteps pounding the ground. Lyra stumbled, falling hard into the red dust. Marcus skidded to her side, lifting her gently. "You're okay," he said, breathless but resolute. They didn't stop. Hours passed. The stars began to twinkle in the dark sky, and the cold night air bit into their skin. Just when their legs could carry no more, Marcus spotted the faint glow of his ship in the distance. With a final burst of energy, they reached the ship's ramp. Marcus keyed in the launch sequence while pulling Lyra inside. Chapter 6. Freedom's Price. The ship lifted off with a jolt, ascending swiftly away from the burning planet. Lyra collapsed into a seat, tears flowing freely. Marcus sat beside her, offering a warm blanket. "You're safe now," he said softly, but safety came at a cost. As the ship jumped into hyperspace, Marcus looked at her and said, "You'll need time to heal. Your people, we'll find a way to help them too. But first, you have to be free, really free." Lyra nodded, exhaustion overwhelming her. But inside, a spark of courage burned brighter than ever. Chapter 7. A New Beginning. Days later, aboard the Coalition space station, Lyra looked out the window at the stars. For the first time, she felt a future was possible. Marcus stood behind her, a quiet promise in his eyes. "We'll fight for your home, Lyra, together." She smiled faintly, hope no longer just a whisper in her heart, but a roar. The chains had been broken, not just the ones that bound her wrists, but the invisible ones of fear and despair. And now, the little alien girl was free.